Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to day 11 of my weight loss journey. New low on the scale achieved, and an exciting day ahead of me. After waking up and going to the bathroom, I went to take my daily weight, which today was 334.4, so 0.4 lower than we've been so far on the scale. Then I went to write myself a daily affirmation to remind myself to be positive and to help me in remembering to reframe the way I think about food as fuel for my body. If you're new to the channel, I've had binge eating disorder for the last 10 years and abused my relationship with food as a source of comfort to deal with things like depression and anxiety. And along this 6-month weight loss journey, my goal is to repair my relationship with food and establish healthy habits. And then, as you guys already know if you've been watching the series, I went to go take my progress photos. I've chosen an interesting day to write the food is fuel positive affirmation for myself because today is going to be the first day that I have a cheat meal since starting my weight loss journey. My main plan to lose weight over the 6 months is to just maintain a calorie deficit and eat less food and calories than I am expending on a daily basis. But in this series, you guys have already seen me eat things like Panera Bread and popcorn and diet soda and foods that aren't strictly within my diet. But not like you guys are going to see in today's video, because my family and I are going to a sushi restaurant, which also happens to be my favorite restaurant, where you can get all you can eat sushi made fresh to order, and I don't plan on restricting myself while I'm there. Normally when I go to this place, I have appetizers and like 6 rolls of sushi. And in the past, I found it pretty hard to track exactly how many calories that I'm eating. But this whole weight loss journey, as I've mentioned, is not just about losing fat, losing weight, living healthier. It's also about fixing my relationship with food. And so I'm just going to enjoy myself today. Will I potentially be suffering a setback in terms of my overall weight as a result? Probably, but I also know that I've been in a deficit for almost 2 weeks and I've been working really hard every single day, and if I continued at this pace for 6 months and didn't allow myself to enjoy moments with my family and restaurants that I really like, that I would be incredibly likely to binge eat all these comfort foods and good foods that I've missed out on at the end. One thing I am going to do to try to combat the number of calories I'll be eating today at the sushi restaurant is by making it my only meal of the day. Which I promise you, after you see how much food I'm going to order and eat at the restaurant, will not seem extreme in any capacity. So I'm very much looking forward to that. Aside from that, we do also have a party with our friends later. We're going to go celebrate the launch of the Nintendo Switch 2 and get together and play at a friend's house, where I'm sure there's going to be other food present and available. And I always hate going to social gatherings and being the guy that's like, oh, I'm on a diet, or oh, I already ate today, and not putting forth any effort to like eat snacks and mingle. So I don't know what that's going to look like for me later, but I'll be sure to let you guys know how that goes, and if I do eat anything else on top of my one meal, while I'm at that party. But that's pretty much it. I've got a couple hours now before we head to that restaurant, so I'm going to go try to get my 10,000 steps done. I'm going to just put on a podcast and go walk on the treadmill. I'd walk outside, but it's definitely a little bit too sunny. I don't want to risk getting sunburned, so to the treadmills we go. One other note for the video, my hamstrings are destroyed. It's day 2 after that really intense leg workout I did with my wife, and I am definitely feeling it. So I will hopefully do some stretches later on to help, because I just feel very tight and sore right now. But it's also day 2 of my rest recovery period for the program that I'm following, so there will be no strength training or weightlifting in today's video. But anyways, let's go walking. Penny! Hi!
Showing the babies.
Duckies.
Could you imagine having 8 kids?
Alright guys, so after a long walk and joining up with my wife and dog to finish off my 10,000 steps for the day, it was time for lunch. So we went to our favorite sushi restaurant. You can see my menu here that I filled out everything I was going to eat. I was also drinking a diet soda, living it up. But here's some appetizers. I've got some crab rangoon, I got some nigiri, some salmon, some tamago, and it was absolutely phenomenal. It always is. It's one of my favorites, but I always eat way more than I probably should. See, the problem is it's all you can eat. They make it fresh to order, and so I have this thing where it's like the more food I eat, the better value it is. But yeah, it was it was incredible, and I really enjoyed myself. So
Anyway, just wanted to give you guys some B-roll and some video of the meal so that you guys could get a better understanding of what I'm like when I'm unchecked, when I can eat whatever it is that I want. But yeah, had a great time with the family. Sushi was delicious. And overall, really enjoyed the meal. I actually forgot I ordered this roll. And so when they brought it, I was like, oh no. But I ate it all, and there you have it. All right, you guys, so we stopped at a gas station. I'm so full, but that meal was great. I promise I'm not just trying to tank my diet, but my wife refused to not get Krispy Kreme donuts after.
Again. We got him Tuesday night after our lights date, but he didn't have it.
Yeah, so I was like, you know what? Get me a glazed donut too. I'm already in for a penny, in for a pound, and there's some serious pounds going on. But no, so anyway, lunch was really good. I'll give you guys an update later in the day, but we're very full.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Y'all, my wife on a whim went in and bought scratch-off tickets because my mom gave us a little cash for donuts, and you have to match your number to the winning numbers. What do I do? All of my numbers match except for the bonus.
Which was the top
Watch,
price.
but I bet you all these are going to be $1. So
That's
it's going to be a $5
That was a $1 ticket.
All right, here we go. $1.
$1.
$1. I told you this is.
That's fine. It's still more money than the ticket was.
Come on, give me at least another big one.
$1.
And
Oh,
$1.
it's to suck you in.
Damn, that was exciting, but I knew that was the case. Still, $5 winner off a $1 ticket's not bad.
All right, everybody, so I don't really have a ton to update y'all on today. It's been a pretty slow, chill day. Lunch was obviously amazing. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that look into my favorite meal. If anybody ever asks you what my favorite food is, sushi is definitely the answer. But afterwards, we came home and just kind of chilled around the house, played some video games, which was nice. But we are about to head out to the grocery store to pick up some things to bring to our friend's house where we'll be playing the Switch and seeing our friends. So tried to get a little bit more dressed than I normally do. It's not much, but I'm putting forth the effort. Part of this whole thing is accepting my body for what it is and building back my self-confidence, despite, the things I'm not the most proud of, like being overweight and things like that. But should be fun. I'm looking forward to seeing my friends. It's been a while. So I'm going to go do that, and I'll catch you guys in the end of day recap. Well, everybody, that is the end of the day. Didn't get a lot of great clips of the food at the party. And at first, my plan was to not eat outside of my one cheat meal for sushi. But our friend came over and made homemade tacos with a gourmet lineup of toppings, sides, chips, dips, desserts. So today has been good and bad. Good in the sense that I really enjoyed myself. Bad probably in that it was probably a 5,000 calorie day the more I think about it. So we'll see what the implications of those decisions are going to be tomorrow on my weight. But I've worked really hard for the first 10 days of this process and allowed myself to just enjoy today for what it is and ready to get some rest tonight so that we can keep pushing hard again starting tomorrow. So all in all, that's it. I don't really have a message for you guys other than just to allow yourselves grace for the days when you eat more than you intend or the days where you may backslide, because over the course of the long journey, you're still making progress. And to stay motivated, keep working hard. I'll see you guys tomorrow.